In June 2026, a SpaceX rocket completes its 33rd successful landing. On the same day, Bitcoin remains flat despite a major Middle East peace roadmap. Meanwhile, an advanced AI-generated deepfake steals millions of dollars, and Google restricts access to its own Android developer settings. These updates usually live in separate feeds for hardware, finance, and software. But look closely at the mechanics, and you see they are skirmishes in the same conflict. The early internet relied on open access and assumed good faith. Now, billions of people depend on digital platforms and satellite clusters to function, and the original methods for verifying who is real or who is in charge are failing. When algorithms perfectly fake human voices, tech giants rewrite rules of access, and financial networks operate without leaders, we must find new ways to manage the systems holding our society together. To build reliability on a global scale, you have to turn technical miracles into routine infrastructure. Look at the aerospace sector. SpaceX just achieved its 72nd launch of 2026. They're on pace to launch every 2.5 days, making the act of reaching orbit a background process of modern life. This chart maps the economics of spaceflight, comparing the cost of a traditional expendable rocket against a reusable Falcon 9. Because SpaceX can fly a single booster, like booster B1063, over 30 times, the cost per launch drops to a fraction of the historical average. We see a similar effect taking hold in finance. When the US and Iran agreed to a roadmap for peace, the crypto market stayed flat, holding near $64,000, despite news that would have historically triggered massive volatility. Spot Bitcoin ETFs have accumulated over $60 billion in assets since early 2024. That capital flows in systematically, replacing the reactive swings of individual traders with the methodical allocation of pension funds and endowments. In both low Earth orbit and digital ledgers, erratic novelty is being replaced by predictable infrastructure. But the same tools that build global networks can also be used to counterfeit them. According to a new Interpol report, digital crime now accounts for 30% of all bills or cultural fluency to breach a network. You just need access to an open language model. This visualization shows how an attacker uses artificial intelligence to generate thousands of localized phishing nodes simultaneously. The AI scrapes social profiles and automates personalized executive impersonations across dozens of languages in seconds.
These attacks are now targeting healthcare systems, government agencies, and critical infrastructure. They succeed by weaponizing our natural patterns of social interaction, turning a single-clicked link into a threat to public services. This leaves platform operators with a choice between maintaining universal user access and mandating system-wide security. Google is addressing this by modifying Android's advanced protection mode to block access to developer options. They are removing an open-source feature to forcefully prevent high-risk users from being tricked into compromising their own devices. While Google applies top-down control, the Ethereum network is wrestling with the same problem through decentralized governance. This diagram maps validator redirected revenue, a proposal to siphon a portion of staking rewards from validators to fund shared infrastructure. The conflict is the voting mechanism. If 51% agree to the tax, it becomes mandatory for the dissenting 49%. Technology is transitioning from a collection of experimental tools into our most critical global infrastructure. The friction we see today, from rocket production to blockchain taxation, is the process of drafting new governance models for that infrastructure. Influence in the next decade will be held by the organizations that can prove their systems are both secure and sustainable. Establishing and maintaining that reliability is no longer just a technical goal. It is the functional requirement for any entity that hopes to survive and exercise power in a digital world.